It's been a while since I've done any bike maintenance, so I cleaned up my chain this morning, and I also wiped my bike down a bit. It's hard to do it with one hand, but it looks sort of like that. Gotta add that grease to the chain, but not too much grease. And also, my tires were really low. They were at like 20 or 30, and they should be at 90, so I'm a little ashamed that I didn't just like pump them up in between now and then, but oh well, it feels really good now. It's like wow, you know, I own a good bike. Did a load of laundry, and then I went to Kensington Market to look around. I went into this, it's like a hardware apparel store, and I got a high-vis jacket because I'm gonna do a lot of biking at nighttime now. So I figured, why not get one of these? Because honestly, I think they look kind of cool. So yeah, Kensington Market itself, kind of a shit show. They should really just close off the street because there's a lot of people, and like, look at how much room those two cars are taking up. Come on. But now it's Nuit Blanche.
I love art. I love it. Yeah, I know.
So yeah, I'm walking around. It's Nuit Blanche. We're all about art, right? Well, no. Apparently, my brother was at the first Nuit Blanche, and what he tells me about it, it sounds really nice. It's just like the streets are pretty much empty. It's just a bunch of artists walking around looking at other artists' stuff, and it was really good. And now it's all about like advertising. There's some beaver tails, and yeah, someone really wanted to get beaver tails, so we all got beaver tails. And it's like, yeah, this is what Nuit Blanche is about now. Commercialism. But, I don't know. Whatever. This beaver tail, it was actually, like, pretty sugary and, good. The Killaloo. I'm not really much of an art guy, I guess. Like, I don't know, this is kind of like a fun one, the porta potty party, where it's just like a bunch of porta potties. Like, I don't know, I didn't want to actually use the porta potty because I was afraid that it would be like, don't use the art to take a shit in it. So I just walked by this one. But yeah, it's pretty early. It's like 9 right now. The streets are just flooded with people. You know, when it's like this, of course somebody's gonna like die from getting trampled or something. Like, if I check the news, I'm sure that there'll be at least one accident of somebody dying. But yeah, I think the only thing that's like spread super wide pre-Nuit Blanche is the Stranger Things thing. It's the Red Woods. It's like the upside down world from Stranger Things, and we all want to see it, but there's this huge line. It's like a 4-hour wait to go in and like look at it up close. So we're like, do we really want to wait in line to see this? Ultimately, we decided not to, because we got pretty close to it, and it's like, well, that's probably it, right? But who knows what's on the other side? So maybe we'll come back later and hopefully it'll be died down. So we walk up north. Here's another thing. You can read the sign yourself. It's kind of cool. It's like all just scaffolding, but to go into it, again, it's like a huge line. Is this really worth it? I'm not really sure. So we keep walking. We're hoping to see just like stuff that you can just look at and be like, wow, that's neat. There's like a DJ behind me. That sign has my name on it, so of course I filmed it. Here's the thing.
The winds, the storms, the breeze, echoing our rage, which is love, which is truth, which is us.
That was neat. Kinda like some actual art. But here's something else. Horses. You guys remember horses? I do. And here they are. Some horses. You can't pet them. And as I was filming, a lady took a flash photography next to me, and then the lady handling the horse turned and looked at me and was like, "No flash photography." And she looked at me directly in the eyes. I was like, "What? Don't be mad at me, be mad at the lady that flash photographied."
They're everywhere.
But, whatever. Just one of those things. Here's another, like, scaffolding building. Something about banners. Yep. And then we kept going around Queen's Park, and here's some cars underneath this bridge. I'm like, wow, is this just an ad for cars? Maybe. But also, maybe not. As you read in the sign, it's about people that like to meet up and show off their cars. As they're doing right here, I guess. It is actually kind of cool to hear the sound of the speakers like vibrating in the tunnel. It was sort of neat. This one, I don't know. It was kind of neat, but also I don't know. I think it's something about protesting and how sometimes, even though protesters are non-violent, they get physically removed from their protest, and it's like kind of messed up. G20, never forget. And now we're going back towards the Stranger Thing forest. But on the way we see this. It's like a screening about Canada. But we can't stop for this because we maybe want to wait in line for the Stranger Things thing. The line has grown even more. It's gonna be impossible for us to see this. Like, it's just not gonna happen. But at least next to the line there's a giant hot air balloon. Or I guess this is just a regular size hot air balloon. That's pretty neat. So that was pretty much it for our Nuit Blanche night. When I got to my bike, there was a sprinkler next to it, and my bike was kind of wet. I was like, why would you put a bike rack here? It's only like 12:30, maybe 1 a.m. So, I don't know. The streets are still pretty, like, have a lot of people walking around. Maybe I'll come back in the morning, is what I'm thinking right now. But in the actual right now, I'm like, yes, I did go back in the morning. Because you know what? I really want to see the Stranger Things Red Forest. Like, I was hyped up for it. And it's looking pretty good. There's barely anyone around. I'm just hoping that it's still open. And it totally was still open. Absolutely no line. The only downside is that they were out of the hazmat suits that they were handing out. But other than that, boom, here we go. The Red Forest. Uncut. Wow, wasn't that everything that you were hoping for? Just a little walk around that ring and it's like, yeah, what a red forest. Oh, God. Stranger Things Season 2 coming out exclusively on Netflix October 27th. Go subscribe to Netflix, everybody. Subscribe! Anyways, consider this bonus content of the embassy. Basically, I just walked up some stairs and then had a different view of downtown. That was kind of neat, actually. But not worth an hour wait. And here we are right now.